All right, your favorite lesson of the year. We are in lesson 7.2, and we are working with the quadratic formula. This is something that you guys will use again and again and again. I get text messages from people in college that say, thank you so much for teaching it. Thank you for making me know it. Here it is. We are talking about the formula ax squared, where a is before the x squared, it's the coefficient, plus bx plus c. And this is how the quadratic formula goes. X is equal to opposite b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So our essential question, can you solve quadratic equations using the quadratic formula? We can, because I'm going to sing that so many times, you're going to know that by heart. So, the first thing that we need to do is we need to name our A, our B, and our C. So the A, in this case, is 1. The B, in this case, is -5. And the C, in this case, is -14. And we're going to use the formula x is equal to opposite b, which is a +5, plus or minus square root b squared, well, that would be 25, because -5 times -5 is 25, minus 4ac all over 2a. Now, this is wonderful if we don't struggle with certain things. So on here, I'm always finding that students struggle with this little part right here. We know that this is going to be 5 plus or minus the square root. Well, do you see how I have a double negative here? So this is just saying a plus. And if you have to, use your calculator. If you have to put it in your calculator, do 25 plus 4 times 14, and your calculator can do order of operations to tell you that it's 81. And I know it's going to be 2 over 1, or I'm sorry, 2 times 1, which is 2. We do have to continue to reduce. 5 plus or minus 9 over 2. So you actually have to solve, because I can add 5 plus 9. That's 14 over 2, which gives me a 7. I can subtract 5 minus 9, which is -4 over 2, which can give me a -2. So my two solutions are 7 and -2, which makes sense because remember how we did it before. What are the factors of -14 that add up to be -5 with this equation? So remember, we could have factored this one. Everybody says, really? We could have just factored? Yes, you could have just factored. And my two solutions would have been 7 and -2, which is what we got. Now, they don't all work out that perfectly. So let's look at this one. First thing we want to do is name our A, B, and C. A is 5, B is 4, C is -2. X is equal to opposite b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And again, the place that people struggle the most is that second part of in the quadratic. So right here, people struggle. Because I have a negative, again, I know this is going to be positive. And this is saying inside, it's saying 16 plus, well, 20 times 2 is 40. Oh, so that's going to be 40 all over 10. So this is saying -4 plus or minus the square root of 56 all over 10. Well, what perfect square can come out of 56? We know that 4, sorry. 56 divided by 4 is 14. So we have -4 plus or minus. We can take this to be 4 and 14, where the 4 becomes 2 root 14 all over 10. And we can reduce by pulling out a 2. So we have negative 2 plus or minus root 14. And then you guys can reduce the 2 and the 10. So my final answer is negative 2 plus or minus root 14 all over 5. So one more time to review that formula. X is equal to opposite b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a.